Hey everyone, my name is Tadio Mangaze, and I'm an associate product designer here at Mark43 on the mobility team. One fun fact about me is that I used to be a high jumper, shot putter, as well as a discus thrower on the national youth team in Zimbabwe. So the question that I got for this video is, what is the impact of the work you're doing? So for the first part of my response, I will cover the impact that we're making as Mark 43. And then the second part, I'm going to be covering the impact of the work that I am doing as a designer. So on a high level, the impact of the work that we're doing at Mark 43 empowers communities and their governments with new technologies that improve the safety and quality of life for all. So, how are we making this impact? And what are we actually doing to make this impact? Right, so Mark 43 serves multiple users, from dispatchers, patrol officers, to records and investigators. To do this, we deliver an end-to-end platform that meets their goals and empowers them to increase efficiency as they communicate and collaborate across jurisdictions. A few examples of our products and the impact that we make through them include our computer aided dispatch. Now, this is a product that is used by dispatchers, call takers, and 911 operators to prioritize and record incident calls, identify the status and location of responders in the field, and efficiently dispatch responder personnel. We also have our on-scene application, and this is an application that allows first responders away from their vehicles and those without vehicles to initiate and respond to calls for service while staying informed and in control. Keeping our first responders well informed means that they can make sound decisions while they are on scene, thereby making our communities even safer. Another product that we have at Mark 43 that's making a huge impact in the public safety industry is our records management system. In law enforcement, many officers often complain about how report writing is unpleasant, inefficient, and messy. In Mark 43, our RMS is not only solving these pain points for them, but it goes the extra mile to make it fast to learn and easy to deploy. Our RMS also supports configurability, and it is very contextual, only showing fields and information based on relevance. Other applications of Mark 43 that are improving and changing the way that we do public safety globally include our JMS, which is our jail management system, our traffic crash forensics, and also the evidence tracking app. These are just a few examples of our company's work and the impact that it's making in public safety. On the other hand, what is the impact of the work that I am doing as a designer at Mark 43? How does that impact affect our company as well as our products? So, firstly, it's pretty essential to understand that at Mark 43, we operate with humility. That means the best ideas win, no matter whom they come from. As a result, the impact of any individual is not necessarily tied to the person's role, but rather how good their work or idea is, and also its priority amongst other work that we're currently doing at Mark 43. So, as a designer, there are three ways that I can make an impact, right? So, the first way could be through product work, right? So, a good example is designing a new feature, say a new layout for our first responder dashboard. And then the second way could be through process work, right? So, say contributing to how our new designers are onboarded. And then the last way is people work. So, a great example is through mentorship, right? Or feedback to my peers. As you can see, there are many examples that can come out of this. So, two great examples that I can think of where I've made some impact and still make an impact include giving feedback to my peers. And then the second thing is having an impact in how our new product team structures are. So, the first thing, which is giving feedback to my peers, right? So, at Mob 43, we value feedback. Uh, it's really important, of course, because it helps us validate our work, right? Enabling us to solve user problems. As a result, we have multiple opportunities where we present work for feedback and we also provide it. So a
Right.
few examples of how we actually provide feedback in Mark 43 include weekly feedback sessions where essentially the entire team comes together to listen to a peer as they present work and us, the rest of the team actually provides feedback. And then another way is how we have a design Slack channel where our designers post work there, and then every other designer actually dives deep into that work and gives some feedback, right? And then another way is that we have multiple Slack channels, different stakeholders from different departments. So they may also have like ex cops or even customers, right, where we can easily reach out to them and get feedback that we need to drive our products forward. Then another opportunity that I like personally is our weekly design buddies. And these are essentially sessions where we pair designers together so that they either collaborate on work or work together or just share their work or even just, come together and just chat. Doesn't even have to be design related. But that's also another opportunity where I'm able to provide and also get feedback. So another example of when I've made an impact is when I helped influence the new product team structure at Mark43. So, as designers and engineers work at Mark43, of course, they notice some pros and cons about their work processes. With their feedback, they're able to help managers and leaders to evaluate these processes and decide whether or not to keep these processes. So, being on the mobility team and our product being relatively new, a lot of the work that we were doing was basically taking features from our older products or our more mature products to translating those products onto our unseen application. The problem with that is that we'll constantly see all these features that would not work well on mobile, but then that seem like they're okay on the other products. So we often had to go back to the products that had already been built out that were working well to update that feature so that it also works on the mobility side. Now, of course, this is not an efficient way to do work, so this was a problem on our end. It was either we are doing that or we're constantly being pushed over, basically decisions made way before we get to um, us making any decisions on our end. So based on our feedback, our management was able to change the news team structure to where we have mobility designers as well as other product designers work together at the same time with engineers to decide features that go into the product. So this has enabled Mark 43 to become a mobile first company which builds better products for our users. Of course, these are just a few examples of how our work is impacting the public safety industry, but I hope this allows you to get a peek into the positive changes that we're making to empower our communities and their governments.